Hey everybody, Ryan here from Rhino Hockey Channel. Alright, gonna get going with a preview for the matchup starting tomorrow between Vegas and Minnesota. So, if you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video as well. Alright, let's get started with the preview. Now, one more thing before we get started. I've already done my video on my predictions of how this is going to go. You should be seeing that in the top right hand corner of this video here right now or soon, if it hasn't already passed by. And that will be the video you want to check out for predictions. This is just a preview. There's no predictions involved with this video. Alright, let's get started. Alright, this year's matchup between Vegas and Minnesota. Vegas was 3-4-1. Amazingly, one of the few teams Vegas did not do great against. And Minnesota was 5-1-2. I find that interesting because Vegas is a very good team. It didn't lose much, but they obviously could not figure out Minnesota this year. So their first matchup was a 5-4 overtime win for Vegas. Then Vegas won 5-1. That was the largest margin victory in this entire series. Next game was a 2-0 win for Minnesota, the second largest margin of victory. 2. Next game was a 4-3 win for Minnesota, then a 3-2 shootout win for Minnesota, a 2-1 win for Minnesota, a 6-5 win for Minnesota, and a 3-2 overtime win for Vegas. So, yeah, Minnesota definitely seemed to have their number this year. Alright, here's how everybody did against each other this year. The top scorer for Vegas against Minnesota was Mark Stone. 2 goals, 8 assists for 10 points. Followed by Stevenson, who had 6 points. Carlson, who had 6 points. Tuck had 6 points as well. Martinez had 5. Marc-Andre Fleury was 3 for 3 against Minnesota. Leonard was 0-1-1. So I probably would go with Fleury because he had a better chance. Because if he was 3-3, if it goes to a 7-game series, I'd go with the far more experienced one at that point. So I would go with Fleury. But at the same time, I can see them going with Leonard because Fleury they have for, what, 1 more year, if that? So, and Leonard they have for another 5 or 6. So, we'll see who they go with. Alright, Foligno over on the Minnesota side had 7 points. 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points. And that is Marcus Foligno, not Nick Foligno. Marcus Foligno did very well against Vegas this year. Kaprizov had 7 points with 5 goals. Joel Eriksson-Ek had 4 goals and 6 points. Brodin had 6 points. Fiala and Greenway had 5 points each. And Cam Talbot... Wait, Cam Talbot? Oh god, I forgot Talbot's first name. Well, Talbot was 3-1-2. Kähkönen was pretty good too. He was 2-0-0. But I went with Talbot to list here because he had more wins, technically. So, this seems like it'll be a fun matchup, honestly. It'll be a pretty even one. Alright, top scorers this year. Mark Stone, 61 points for Vegas. Pacioretty, 51. Marchessault, 44. Shea Theodore, 42. And Wild Bill Karlsson, 39 points. Kaprizov led Minnesota with 51. That's a rookie. Probably going to be your rookie of the year right there. Kevin Fiala, 40 points. Zuccarello, 35. Greenway, 32. And Joel Eriksson-Ek, 30. So you can definitely see an offensive difference between these two. But at the same time, Minnesota, I would say, is a better all-around defense. Especially when you add in forwards, they are a much more rounded defensive team. Vegas is a very good team, and don't get me wrong, they are a defensive-minded team. But at the same time, would I go with the 6 from Minnesota or the 6 from Vegas? I'd probably go with Minnesota's 6. It's a much more rounded defense. Alright, goaltending-wise, though, you can never put out Marc-Andre Fleury. You can never put him down because, I'm sorry, the guy has 3 cups to his name. Yes, he was the starter for 2 of those 3, or 1 of those 3. But still, the guy, one of the best goalies of all time. And you know what? He's been put in the back burner so many times. Give him a shot. Just let him go. Because, I mean, look at his numbers this year. 26, 10-0, 1.98 goals against average, and 928 save percentage. That is ridiculously good, and I want to say that is the best goals against average and possibly tied for, if not one of the better save percentages. He's had a great year. I personally would go with him in the playoffs. Leonard was 13-4-2. He was very good as well. 2.29 goals against average and 913 save percentage. They have a very good team in front of them, though. So, I mean, you only have to be mediocre to be good on this team, honestly. Cam Talbot, I keep saying Cam. I'm assuming that's his name. Cam Talbot was 19-8-5 for Minnesota. 2.63 goals against average and 915 save percentage. Now, he was their top goalie, so you can see the difference in numbers there. He's allowed over a half a goal more a game than Fleury has. And about 0.3 more than Leonard. Kakkonen was very good in his rookie year, 16-8, no overtime losses, 2.88 goals against average and 902 save percentage. Now, I see Kakkonen being their starter in the very near future. I'd say next year or the year after. He needs to improve those numbers a bit, but all around, he had a very good year. So, Talbot falters, go with Kakkonen. Fleury falters, go with Leonard. Leonard falters, goes with Fleury. You go with Kakkonen, he falters, go with Talbot. Either way, these teams have very good goaltending. Injuries for Vegas. Alec Martinez, day-to-day undisclosed injury. Peyton Krebs, day-to-day upper body injury. Max Patre, day-to-day undisclosed. Those three are not practicing yet. Tomas Nosek is day-to-day undisclosed. He is back to practice. Ryan Reeves is day-to-day with undisclosed injury. He is expected to play on Sunday. And Patrick Brown, who's been out since the very beginning of the season with an undisclosed injury, is back to practicing again. So you might see him return to the lineup or at least be on the taxi squad or backup squad, I guess it'd be now. And for Minnesota, as you can tell, they have no major injuries. Andrew Hammond is out and Marco Rossi. Neither one played a game all year, so I didn't feel the need to list them. Now, Rossi would probably be the one to play out of the two if he was not injured, but at this point, I think they're just waiting for him to get fully healed from COVID because from my understanding, he had a very, very bad case. So hopefully he gets healed up and is ready for next year. Alright, last playoffs. Vegas lost in the conference finals to the eventual Stanley Cup losers of the Dallas Stars in a 5-game series. And Minnesota lost in 4 games to Vancouver in the play-in round last year. So, both want to prove something more than they did last year. Minnesota definitely, well, they may have passed the play-in round technically. So, they've improved already. And they had an above-average year, where Vegas wants to get into those finals again. I still see a problem going against Colorado, but we'll have to see how that plays out if they make it past Minnesota. Alright, my dark horse for Vegas is Mattias Janmark, who they picked up at the trade deadline. He had a very good playoff for Dallas last year. Ironic. Pick up the guy who hurt you last year. Never been done before. Not. But he, I think, is going to be a very solid competitor in this series. I think he will chip in the occasional point. He's not going to kill you with the offense. I just smacked the microphone. Sorry about that. He's not going to kill you with the offense. Most of the time, he can chip in the offense. But he is going to be a very solid defensive forward for them, especially. I have a feeling he or Stone are going to be the one, or if not, both of them going against Kaprizov and trying to shut him down, which he is a rookie, so there's a fairly good chance they're going to frustrate the hell out of him. So, Janmark's going to do that, or he's going to go against their second line, one of the two. And then for Minnesota, Victor Rask is my dark horse, because you know what? He's had a great year, a resurgence year, so maybe because nobody's going to expect it to come from him, he's going to chip in more than expected, I think. So, I would keep an eye out on Victor Rask for Minnesota, and for Vegas, I would keep an eye on Mattias Janmark. Both, ironically, more defensive forwards. But still, keep an eye on them. Alright, that is all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And make sure you keep an eye out for the review of the first game tomorrow. Or later today, depends on when this uploads. Because I'm going to try tonight, but it may not come out till tomorrow. So, keep an eye out. And other than that, make sure to check out my prediction video. And like, subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you all next video. Bye.